This is Hadi Lichaa presenting a case of symptomatic severe May-Thurner syndrome. The patient is laying prone on the table. That's why you see the left iliac vein on the right side of the screen. Symptomatic for the last 3 years despite compression therapy and lifestyle modifications. You can see here that the exact compression site is at the crossing of the contralateral common iliac artery stent with the left common iliac vein. Basically, you see here the inferior vena cava, the typical May-Thurner severe compression and stenosis of 81%, the landing zone and the dimensions of the common femoral vein and external iliac vein for stent measurement purposes. Here, the IVUS is being walked back from the inferior vena cava. You see that super tight area of May-Thurner where it crosses the common iliac artery stent, which is apparent on top of the screen. Then this is the left external iliac vein going back to its usual diameter. This is a venogram with the catheter placed in the contralateral common iliac vein, and ipsilateral venography is performed through the side port of the sheath. One access for this venography, and you can see exactly where the common iliac artery stent crosses the vein. This is an 18 millimeter Atlas non-compliant balloon, and then we opted for a 20 by 80 millimeter Venovo stent. Venovo specifically for the 3 millimeter flare that will minimize the risk of migration in such a large vein. And you can see that the stent is being floured first in the inferior vena cava. There's no more need like the wall stent where we would go all the way to the contralateral inferior vena cava wall. Here we can deploy that precisely, post-dilated with 18 millimeters. And this is the residual 3.4% stenosis down from 81% stenosis. And this is the intravascular ultrasound catheter being pulled back from the inferior vena cava through the stent after post-dilation with the 18 millimeter balloon. With the new venous dedicated stents, we do not feel obligated like we used to back in the days of the wall stent of laying the stent across the contralateral wall of the inferior vena cava. As you see here, it barely touches that. It covers the entire compression site without worries about the jailing of the contralateral common iliac vein given the large stent interstices. Notice the improvement of the reflux into the internal iliac vein.